Hey guys, it's Andrea. I'm out here in the potato beds today, and I am gonna go ahead and pull potatoes this day. It's about 20 days before I would want to harvest them, but for the next 2 weeks, I have a pretty good bit chance of rain every day, and so I don't want to leave them in the ground. My garlic I had some rotting problems with, which I've never had, but this spring has been so different. It's chilly, it's wet, and so I want to get these out of the ground to see if I can't save these potatoes and hopefully get more of a potato harvest than if I left them in the ground for too long when it was so wet. So I've got a bucket, a big 5-gallon bucket, because I'm hopeful that I'm going to get some potatoes. And I've got green beans right here. Let me see if I can show them to you. I've got green beans right here. I'm going to try not to mess with those if I can help it. So that's pretty good. I mean, it's not a large potato, but these are the Yukon Gold. So I'm going to do this whole bed and then we'll see how many we get. So for this plant, this is about the size. Whoa! Look at that. That one's a little bigger. Couple smaller ones. So let me bring y'all down and see if I can get this better. So this right here is actually a green bean. I believe these are Contender. Okay, so that's what I got from the first plant. So I'm thinking that this is gonna be good. Couple of babies. So this one I didn't really get as good. Just one big one, 2 little ones. And I'm just using my hand to dig. I don't really want to stick a shovel in the ground if I can help it, because I don't want to risk actually accidentally cutting a potato. These are some really little ones. Got a little worm. Try to let him go back. That's some big roots. Okay, so this is from one 4-foot row. There's a couple in there that are good size. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next row and see what we got. And all I'm doing is basically just pulling it up. Like, and I forgot to bring my bucket over here. Let me get my bucket. This is the potato I planted. It's all yucky. That's a pretty good, and these aren't by any means big, but like I said, I just didn't want to leave them in the ground when it's going to be raining so much. I got a pretty good size one here. That one looks pretty good compared to that. See this one here? It's not even full size and it's already splitting. So I'm pretty sure that's from the rain. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and get these out today, because I don't want any splitting in a lot of my potatoes. Okay, I'm not done yet, but I'm basically halfway full in this bucket. One thing I can tell you about potatoes is as I'm digging this with my hands, the potatoes only go as far as your soil is soft. So when I'm digging and I see all the potatoes on the top and I'm trying to dig with my fingers, if there's hard soil, which I can feel there's a couple of spots in here that's really hard soil, the potatoes are not breaking through that and they're not getting big if the soil is hard. So most of my soil is loose, but there is a couple of spots it is hard. So definitely soft, easy soil for potatoes. Okay, I'll say 3/4 of a bucket for this one bed. So I gotta go get me another bucket. And I'm going to start that bed and go ahead and finish up that bed, and then I'll show you what I got. And this bed is done. All we have left is the green beans that are in here. These are orca beans. So they're like a shelling bean. They'll dry, so they're just starting to flower. But here's 3/4 of the bucket again. Those are the russet potatoes. They're not huge like you would buy at the store, but that's still a lot of potatoes. So now I have to go to the last bed. So this here is the last bed. And I'm guessing, well, these up here are russet potatoes, and there's 2 rows back there that are Yukon Gold, I believe. But these are in the more shady area, so I'm not sure if they're gonna be as big as the other ones, but I need to get these up. I finished this bed and something very unfortunate has happened. This is all the potatoes that I got from this whole bed. How bad is that? That's a lot of loss. This whole bed has been planted since like the beginning of March or the end of February, and that's all I got. So I think I know what happened. Let me see if I can show you. So this is what I was pulling up. And basically all the roots are chewed off, and it was just like dangling by a thread in the ground. Also, when I was digging and trying to look for potatoes, I can feel tunnels underneath the ground where I could just follow it. So that is a real bum. So there was definitely something down there munching on my potatoes, but at least I planted 3 beds, so I only lost 1 bed. And let me show you what I got. So of course the little bit I showed you from this bed, and these are green beans, these are jade bush bean. They're starting to flower. I've got those planted in here. And then I have this bucket of russet potatoes and this bucket of Yukon Gold potatoes. So 2 almost full buckets of potatoes. I think that's pretty good for a potato harvest, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm still disappointed that this bed had barely any potatoes in it. That is very disappointing, but that's okay. I need to figure out what to do to solve this, so I'm gonna research that, and then maybe this bed isn't the best bed for potatoes. So since it's so early, I could probably maybe get another potato crop in, but I've got other stuff that I want to go in these beds, so I'm not positive on that. But I feel like today was a pretty productive day. We got a lot of potatoes. I'm probably going to use these to make some potato salad, and then I wanted to try to can potatoes this year, so we'll see if that's what I do with these potatoes or not. But it was still an exciting harvest, and I hope you guys enjoyed being out here with me in the garden today. It is super windy, so sorry about that, but perfect day to come out and pull up potatoes. I hope y'all will like and subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all on the next one.